Hello there people, I am back and I have randomly decided to try and teach you how to solve a Pyraminx. Really it's only because my Xbox is being boring at the moment, so I'm going to teach you how to solve this. It's really easy. This is a Pyraminx. It can twist like this and you can turn these little pieces. You should have one. I mean, I don't know why you'd be watching this if you don't have one, but yeah, there's like five algorithms you need to know. They're all really easy to learn, so I hope you can get them easily. Okay, let's get started. The first step of solving a Pyraminx is to find three centerpieces. These are centerpieces, by the way. They're the ones that are touching the corners. So there's three centerpieces per face. There's one, there's one, there's one. People like to look at it as the nuclear sign. As actually my friend Jay told me. So it's like the three like biohazardous things, I guess. So you want to make that all the same color. Now it really helps if you're color neutral, so you can make it in the shortest amount of moves on any color. But for this one, let's just start with, I guess, yellow. Okay, now in order to make this, it's really easy. You want to start by finding where the three yellow centers are on the Pyraminx. So we're going to keep track of this by putting our finger on the corner they're touching. Here's one of them because the center is touching a corner. So I'm going to put my finger on this corner. Here's another one right here because it's touching a corner. So I'm going to put my finger on this corner. So I have these two, and the last one's right here, and it's touching this corner. So I have my fingers on these three corners. Now, what you want to do is look at this and try and find where the three corners, like what common face the three corners share. If it's not obvious enough, they share this face because all corners are on this face. Therefore, this means that we have to make the nuclear sign on this face. So what we're going to do is we know our three centers are touching these corners, and we have to get them all onto this. Oh shit! We have to get them all onto this face. One of them is already there, so we only have to deal with this center because we're touching these two corners, this center and this center. So in order to get these two centers onto this face, turn it up, turn it up. Okay, so there we have the three. Ignore this edge. Okay, so we have that. Step 2. Now, the second step of solving a Pyraminx is exactly like the 3x3 F2L if you use Friedrich. What you want to do is solve these three edges on the Pyraminx just by inserting them one at a time. So I'm going to walk you through the basic way of doing this. Let's start by trying to solve this one. We know that the edge that has to go here has to be yellow because we want it to match up with this yellow, and blue because we want it to match up with these. So we're looking for the yellow-blue edge that has to go here. We're going to look around the Pyraminx until we find it. Oh, there it is right there. So we want to get, let me just turn it over so it's easier to see. We want to get this edge into here. Now you cannot just do this because, why? It screws up one of your centerpieces. That's just kind of common sense. So in order to get this into here, it's just like a 3x3 F2L. We're going to move it over here first. Take the bad one out because we're trying to get this in here. So we're going to take that out, replace it with the one we're trying to solve, and then move it back down. See how that's solved? Let's just mix this up because usually those aren't solved. Those are the tips, by the way. So you're going to do that for all three of these edges. I'll just walk you through another one. If we're trying to solve this yellow-pink, it's actually orange. It looks like pink though, I know. If we're trying to solve the yellow-orange edge, we start by finding it, which is right here. And we want to put this in here. So we're going to take this out, move it over, and put it back down. Okay? So now we have two, and the last one is yellow-green. Okay? So we want to find the yellow-green edge. It's right there. And we want to put it in here. I'll just move it in the front so it's easier for you to see. So we're trying to get this edge in here. So we're going to start by taking this out, replacing this one with the one we're trying to solve, and then moving it back down. So there we have our three centerpieces solved. That's step 1. And then we inserted each of the three edges. That's step 2. Now what I like to do after I solve this whole like hexagon thing here is that a hexagon? Yes, it is. Is I just like to solve the three tips on the first layer. So in order to do this, twist, twist, twist. Okay, so there we have the first layer of our Pyraminx solved. Now we get onto the last layer which has the algorithms. Now as soon as you get to the last layer, what I do, pretend this is actually just mixed up, just might as well. What I do is you turn the top layer until the centers, these are the centers of like the top, are matched up with the bottom layer. See how that works? So now we have the green center on top of the green face, the orange on top of the orange, and then the blue on the blue. That's step one. Optional step two is you can just solve the top one. It doesn't matter really. It doesn't actually matter whenever you solve these because they're really easy. You could leave them all to the end. Doesn't matter. So here's the first. It's one of the more common cases that you get. Actually, I think they're all the same. I don't know, but this case is where you have three edges here are all unsolved, and there's no like pattern between them where they have to go. If you'll see some of the other cases, they have a pattern, like they all have to be cycled clockwise or in one direction. I just did this and said clockwise. That's counterclockwise. So here, this case is where there's none of them solved and none of them are in. Okay. In order to solve this, you want to first identify where your edge is that isn't matching on any face. So if we look at this one, this is matching on the pink, orange face, so we can't use that. This one is also matching on one face. However, this one isn't matching on any side. So this is the one we're looking at first. We want to put this to the back of the Pyraminx, and now we can start our algorithm. Now the algorithm starts with whatever face or whatever side has the mismatched color. So here are the mismatched colors on the left of the Pyraminx, so I know the algorithm is going to start by turning this face, the left. If we're over here, which is case number 2, it would be turning the right. Okay, so the algorithm starts like this. Turn whichever face is the mismatched color down, turn the other one down, then back up, and then back up. Now what we want to do is we want to insert the yellow F2L piece just like we normally would. So we want to get this back in here, move it to the side, take this out, move it over and down. So that's more of an intuitive way of explaining the algorithm. Let me just undo that in case you don't want to actually know the algorithm. So we put the mismatched color at the back, and whichever one isn't matching here, we turn that down, down, up, up. So then the algorithm itself is U, R, U prime, R prime. Now the second case is a mirror of that. We look at the 3 edges here and we see that this one isn't matching on any face, unlike this one's matching on this face and this one's matching on this face. So we put this one at the back. However, now the color that isn't the same is on the right. So it's the exact same algorithm, but we're going to start by turning the right down first. Left down, right up, left up. And we want to insert this yellow orange piece back in here. So turn the top to the right, take this out, over, and down. Okay, those are 2 of the 5 cases. Now this third case is my favorite because it's really easy to learn and you can do it really fast. So you solve the first layer and you line up your centers, so we're good there. And you see that one edge is perfectly solved and the other 2 have to be twisted in place. So this green-orange is in between the green-orange centers, but it's not twisted right. Same goes for this one. So in order to solve this, you put them both in the front, so we've already done that. You don't want to hold them like here or over here. But have them both in front of you. And here's what you do. Turn the right down, right up, left up. Pretty easy so far. That's the first half. Down, down, up, up. Now we're going to rotate the Pyraminx like this, just a little bit, and move our hand up here. So we had it like this, now we're going to turn it like this. And now turn the right up, and then left up, and then down, down. So we started off with down, down, up, up, and now we're turning it here and going up, up, down, down. Okay? One more time to flip 2 edges in the front. Up, turn it like this. Up. That's the third case. Now the fourth case is you notice that none of the edges are matched up, but you can see there's a pattern on every face. These 2 have to go here, these 2 have to go here, and these 2 have to go here. So they have to be rotated in a counterclockwise direction. So the algorithm we're going to use is just like soon on a 3x3. So these all have to go counterclockwise. We're going to start by turning the right down and turn the top the opposite direction of where they had to go. So they all had to go counterclockwise. So down, clockwise, up, clockwise, down, clockwise, up. Easy. Now the last case is almost the exact same, except as you can see, all of these edges now have to be rotated clockwise, right? So these here, these here, these here, clockwise. So the algorithm is almost the same thing. Turn the right down, but turn it counterclockwise now, the opposite direction. So down, counterclockwise, up, counterclockwise, down, counterclockwise, up. So that's all you need to know, how to solve your very own Pyraminx. You can get them off eBay or any other like Cube4U website or whatever. Just Google it. I'm running out of time, as usual. So one other thing, you can always leave these tips to the end to solve if you want, or solve them right from the beginning. They're really easy. That's about it. Just replay the video to memorize those 5 cases for the last layer, and you should be set to go. Good luck. It's not the fastest method, I'm sure, but okay, whatever, I gotta go.